Hey everybody, Davey here from Davey's World Fishing. Today I'm going to talk about Okuma's dual force drag. What is it? Does it benefit me? And is it something that I need? It's for you if you're a big saltwater angler. Stay tuned. Now you may have seen advertisements for reels that put out 30 pounds of drag, 40 pounds of drag, 50 and higher. That's a lot of drag force for a spinning reel, especially. On the lever drags, no problem. Some of the new Makairas can get up to almost 100 pounds of drag on those bigger sizes. But on a spinning reel, that's a lot of force that needs to be put into this little tiny reel. Now, is it for you? Possibly. Are you heading out chasing for tuna? Are you deep jigging for amberjack or some of the other big, deep, hard fighting fish in the saltwater? Maybe you're knife jigging for tuna on the East Coast and you're using a spinning reel. No problem there. There's reels that are definitely built for it. But what I'm going to show you today is the Okuma Cedros Spinning Reels. This is one of their saltwater reels. It's an awesome reel that features dual force drag that we were talking about. Now, dual force drag is just that. It's dual. There's two of them. You're going to use the top of the reel as well as inside underneath the spool. I'll open it up, we'll take a look, and we'll talk about what it is. Now, do you actually need that much drag? Maybe. It is a good advertising ploy for a lot of reel manufacturers. Say you get 100 pounds of drag out of your spinning reel. You'll never be able to hold that. The rest of your gear will explode and blow up well before you have to get anywhere near that 100 pounds. But on the Cedros, the larger sizes, they actually top out at 44 pounds. The smaller, the 3,000 and the 4,000 and the 6,000, they put at about 33 pounds of drag. The 8,000, the 10, and the 14,000 all get up to that 44 pounds of drag. So a tremendous amount of drag, very powerful reel, especially if you're chasing tuna, amberjack, yellowtail, whatever it happens to be, and you want to do it with a spinning reel. It's a good reel to look at. And of course, all the competitors out there have reels as well that are in that high drag output. But let's take a look what that drag actually consists of. So as I mentioned, the dual force drag features two drags. There's the top drag and the rear drag. Let's open up this Cedros and take a look exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said, these reels put out a lot of drag pressure, up to 44 pounds on the bigger size. This one happens to be the 10,000 size. I use this for some of the larger surf fishing that I do, as well as some of the local yellowfin tuna if you want to have some fun on a spinning setup. Anyhow, this is the Cedros 10,000, and it's your dual force drag that we're going to take a look at. Now the first part here is your standard drag stack. So right at the top of that reel, you have your standard drag stack of drags, whatever I'm trying to say, I think you get the point. But they use a carbonite drag in these reels, so it's very smooth, very soft, but very powerful. So that's that first stack. So on the dual force, this is the first one's gonna be your standard upper drag stack of drag washers. So when you tighten that down, these get compressed, and that's what's gonna slow down your spool. Now what makes the dual force drag the dual force is the secondary drag. So what Okuma does for their dual force drag is they actually add an entire drag washer down below the spool. So when you're actually cranking it down, that actually compresses, and that's where you get that tremendous amount of drag pressure. So you got your standard drag washers up on top, and then down below, you've got a secondary set of drag washers. So that's your dual force drag. Sandwiches everything together. Every time you tighten it, it compresses, and that's what's going to create that tremendous amount of stopping power. So when you're out there fishing for those yellowfin, they're making that big run. When you start cranking that up there, you're going to get that more compression, more stopping power when you get up into that 30 pound, 35, 40 pounds of drag. That's what's happening. So you're compressing that top as well as the bottom. That's what makes a dual force drag. Now these are not completely waterproof reels by any means, but they do offer Okuma's HydroBlock water gasket system. If you can see, there's actually a rubberized gasket right there. So when that's in the top of the reel, that actually doesn't completely seal it, but it gives it quite a bit of extra sealing power and keeps everything dry right on the inside there. Of course, you can still rinse these off when you're done fishing, get all the salt out of it. You want to grease your drag washers and keep everything nice and smooth and running for a really long time. But that's what a dual force drag is. So the dual force, the top one is going to be your first one, and that large drag washer underneath is going to be your secondary drag system there. So it's not a two-fold drag system, it's dual force. So you got a force from the top and a force from the bottom. Hope that makes some sense. I do appreciate y'all checking in. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below and subscribe to Davey's World Fishing in the right-hand corner. See you on the water.